The modern-day Triumph Scrambler has its heritage firmly rooted in the original Triumph Scramblers of the 1960s, clearly carrying through the ethos of those original Scramblers and the classic Scrambler silhouette. The Triumph Scrambler 1200 now pairs those classic looks with modern-day technology and engineering to vastly improve both off-road and on-road capability. The Triumph Scrambler 1200 first went on sale in 2018. Now updated for 2021, there are two model variants, the XC and the XE. But what separates these two models, and which is right for you? Hello and welcome to Moto Chatter. If you're new here, please consider subscribing. Let's dive into the details of the Triumph Scrambler 1200 XC and XE. Both the XC and the XE run the Triumph high-power parallel twin 1200cc Bonneville engine, which has now been updated for 2021 and has a low inertia 270-degree crank and high compression cylinder head, and exceeds Euro 5 requirements, so is now making less emissions. It is very similar to the revisions made to the 2021 Speed Twin. See my video on that for more details. But the Scramblers have their own specific tune, producing a little bit less power than the Speed Twin, but with almost the same torque. However, that torque is significantly lower down in the revs than with the Speed Twin. The Scrambler 1200's rev limit is 7,500 RPM, and peak power of 90 PS is found close to this red line at 7,250 RPM. However, having 110 Nm of torque at just 4,500 RPM, lower down than the Speed Twin, the Scrambler 1200 has plenty of real-world grunt. The service interval though is the same as the Speed Twin at 10,000 miles or 16,000 kilometers. Although having exactly the same power unit, the chassis is where we can see some differences between the XC and XE 1200 Scramblers. Both have a Scrambler specific frame with long travel aluminium swing arms. However, the XE has a slightly longer swing arm, 32mm over the XC at 579mm to the XC's 547mm. Both have long travel suspension, the XC having 200mm of travel front and rear with fully adjustable 45mm shower USD forks at front and twin Öhlins fully adjustable shocks at the rear. Here, the XE gets a little more off-road bias too, with an extra 50mm of suspension travel over the XC, with 250mm of suspension travel front and rear, and slightly beefier 47mm fully adjustable shower forks, which are gold on the XC for added bling, and the fully adjustable Öhlins twin shocks at the rear. Brakes are the same on both models, a 255mm disc with 2-piston Brembo caliper at the rear, and up front, Brembo M50 monoblock calipers biting 320mm discs. Wheels are also the same across both models, being aluminium, with a 21-inch 36-spoke wheel at the front and a 17-inch 32-spoke at the rear. The wheels are side-laced to allow for tubeless tyres and come with Metzeler Torrance dual-purpose tyres. The Pirelli Scorpion Rally tyres are recommended for more serious off-roading. Both Scramblers have folding foot pegs, but on the XE they are adjustable. Both have adjustable handlebars, and the angle of the TFT dash can be adjusted on both models, meaning riders of various sizes can make themselves comfortable on either bike. As is the way now with new Triumph models, the Scrambler 1200s come very well equipped with class-leading technology. As mentioned, both models have a TFT dash, which is second generation, full colour, with 2 themes and 3 different layout settings. It is also contrast adjustable, so you can set it up how you like it and make sure it is always readable regardless of the lighting conditions. Both Scramblers come with backlit switchgear and full LED lights, a torque assist clutch to make shifting easier and prevent rider fatigue on longer rides. They have keyless ignitions, a USB charging socket under the seat, and 1-button cruise control. The XE also comes with heated grips, whereas this is an option on the XC. The XC comes with switchable ABS and traction control and 5 rider modes: road, rain, off-road, sport, and a rider configurable mode. The rider modes can be changed well on the move, except for the off-road modes, which would require you to stop first. The XE, on the other hand, has 6 rider modes, adding Off-Road Pro to the 5 already mentioned for the XC. The rider modes allow for differing settings to the throttle response, ABS and traction control. On the XE, the Off-Road Pro mode turns off the ABS and traction control for more off-road control for the rider. The XE also has an inertial measurement unit, allowing for cornering ABS and traction control, where the IMU adapts the setting to the lean angle. The IMU is not available on the XC. However, both models are pre-prepped for the optional accessory Bluetooth module, which then allows for an on-dash turn-by-turn navigation powered by Google via the free Triumph mobile app, also allowing you to take phone calls and control music via the handlebar controls, and in addition connect and control a compatible GoPro via the same handlebar controls, allowing you to easily capture your best moments. The eagle-eyed of you may have noticed that the Scrambler in the intro of the video was the limited edition Steve McQueen version of the Scrambler 1200. Only 1,000 units were produced, so it may be difficult to find one in a dealer. Fear not though, with over 80 accessories available for the Scrambler 1200, you can personalise and spec your Scrambler to suit you. In addition to the Bluetooth connectivity module just mentioned and the heated grips for the XC version, options include a tyre pressure monitoring system, high-level front mudguards, stainless steel engine bars, a handlebar brace. For the XC you can spec handguards, these come standard on the XE, and there are also panniers and a tank bag, and even an Arrow carbon silencer. Check out the Triumph configurator for the full range of options available and see what would suit you. But with a little time spent there, you can increase the off-road focus, practicality, and personalise the style of your Scrambler even further. If you do check out the configurator, you will see that there are the same three colour options available for both the XC and XE. Sapphire black, cobalt blue with jet black stripe on the tank, or matte khaki green with a matte jet black stripe on the tank. The tank, by the way, is 16 litres, and the Scrambler 1200 is quoted as being able to achieve 4.6 litres per 100 kilometres. Pricing in the UK for the XC is £11,800 on the road, and for the XE £12,600 on the road. So what have we learnt? The XE is undoubtedly more off-road focused than the XC, with the longer swing arm, longer travel suspension and the IMU, but both can work well both on-road and off-road. And I would suggest that the shorter swing arm and the lower ride height and therefore lower centre of gravity of the XC will give it the edge on a twisty B-road over the XE with its longer travel suspension. And in fact, the extra suspension travel does make a difference to the seat height, the XE being 870mm, 30mm higher than the 840mm of the XC. So if seat height is a key issue for you, you may want to focus your attention on the XC with its lower seat height. The XE, as well as having a higher seat height, also has wider bars, 905mm of the 840mm bars on the XC. This will help give it more leverage and control, particularly off-road, but it is something else you may want to consider when fitting yourself up for the bike. So there you have it. If you're dedicated to going off-road, then the facts would suggest that the XE is the one for you. If you don't intend to do much off-roading but still want the capability, you could save a bit of cash and go for the XC. In fact, the Scrambler 1200 could be a possible option over the Triumph Speed Twin. Having ridden both on-road, the wider bars of the Scrambler do make it really easy to muscle the bike around and put it exactly where you want it. The Scrambler XC's bars, although not as wide as the XE's, are still a full 80mm wider than the Speed Twin's bars, and they are adjustable. And with that low down torque from the Scrambler specific tune of the Triumph 1200 Twin, and the fact that it has fully adjustable suspension front and rear, which the Speed Twin doesn't have, means that the Scrambler can be really dialed in exactly how you want it. Whichever Scrambler you choose, you will get the high quality finish that Triumph are becoming synonymous with, and the iconic Scrambler style. Aluminium mudguards and bash plate, stainless steel tank strap, aluminium Monza filler cap, and that unmistakable Highline Scrambler silencer, which now has improved heat distribution. The day you ride out of the garage on either the XC or the XE will be a good day indeed. Which one would you go for? Let me know in the comments below, and if you liked the video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Click the link on screen now to check out details of the 2021 Triumph Speed Twin. If you're new here, consider subscribing for plenty more motorcycle videos to come, and whatever you do, have a great day, and thanks for watching.